February 2000, a listing appeared on eBay, not for furniture, not for a car, for a painting. And it opened with a warning. Do not bid on this painting if you are faint of heart or unfamiliar with supernatural events. Over 30,000 people visited that listing. Many reported feeling physically sick just from looking at the image on their screens. Some had nightmares that night. One woman said her printer jammed every single time she tried to print a copy. Only that image, never anything else. The painting sold for $1,025. The buyer, to this day, refuses to hang it on a wall. Bill Stoneham was born in 1947. 9 months later, he was placed in an orphanage. He was adopted. He grew up never knowing his biological parents, never knowing if he had brothers or sisters, never knowing where he came from. That uncertainty never left him. By the early 1970s, he was living in California, trying to survive as an artist. Then a gallery owner offered him a contract. 2 paintings a month, $200 each. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the rent. One day, his wife Rowan wrote him a poem. It was about his adoption, about the lives he never got to live, about brothers and sisters who might exist somewhere, people he would never know. The poem had one line that stopped him. The hands resist him like the secret of his birth. He found an old photograph, himself at 5 years old, standing with a neighborhood girl in front of the glass door of his grandmother's Chicago apartment. He painted himself as the boy. He replaced the girl with a doll, and on the glass door behind them, he pressed hands, dozens of hands. To him, they had a clear meaning, the other lives, the versions of himself that never got to exist, pressing against the glass from the other side. The glass door is the thin veil between waking and dreaming. The doll is the guide. The hands are all of the possibilities. Bill Stoneham. It was a painting about grief, about identity, about the specific kind of loss that comes from not knowing who you are. It was never supposed to scare anyone. The painting was shown at a gallery in Beverly Hills in 1974. It was reviewed by the art critic for the Los Angeles Times, and it was purchased by an actor named John Marley, best known for waking up next to a severed horse head in The Godfather. After the show closed, 3 men connected to the painting began to die. The Los Angeles Times art critic, dead. The gallery owner, dead. John Marley, dead in 1984. 3 men, 1 decade. Nobody connected the dots at the time. These were older men. Deaths happen, coincidences happen. But when Stoneham found out about all of this years later, he didn't completely dismiss it. He said in his own words, "I'm sure it was coincidence, but some of what I paint resonates in other people. Opening the inner door, or basement. The inner door, or basement." After Marley's death, the painting vanished. No gallery, no record, no trace. For over 15 years, the hands resist him simply ceased to exist, until someone found it abandoned behind a brewery. An elderly couple in California came across the painting by chance. They took it home. They thought it was beautiful. Almost immediately, things felt off. Not dramatic, just off. A low-level unease that slowly built. Then their 4.5-year-old daughter started talking about the children in the painting. She said they were fighting. She said they came into the room at night. The couple set up a motion sensor camera in the room. 3 nights. They claimed the footage showed the boy in the painting trying to leave the frame, arms extended, body lurching forward, while the doll stood behind him with something pointed at his back. They got rid of it. In February 2000, they posted it on eBay. The listing included a legal disclaimer. By placing a bid, the buyer agreed to hold the sellers harmless for any supernatural effects of the painting. The listing went viral before that word even existed. 30,000 people visited the page. Many reported headaches, nausea, a crawling sense of unease, just from looking at a JPEG on a screen. The painting sold for $1,025 to a gallery owner in Michigan named Kim Smith. Smith tracked down Stoneham. Stoneham hadn't heard the title of his own painting in 25 years. When Stoneham heard the story, he was genuinely surprised. He explained the symbolism, the door, the doll, the hands, all rational, all with clear meaning. And he confirmed, the object in the doll's hand was not a gun. It was a dry cell battery, some tangled wires. But then he added something. The gallery owner who showed the painting, dead within a year. The art critic who reviewed it, dead within a year. I'm sure it was coincidence, but some of what I paint resonates in other people. Opening the inner door, or basement. He said it twice, the same line, the inner door, or basement. Make of that what you will. Stoneham painted a portrait of himself as a child, a 5-year-old boy standing at a threshold, surrounded by all the lives he never got to live. It wasn't supposed to be a haunted painting. It was supposed to be about not knowing who you are. Maybe that's the same thing.